Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Open Speedway's Saturday Night Superspeedway Series B&C Class Series. Amp Energy 200 at Talladega Superspeedway with 5 laps to go. Alex Wright is out in front over Zach Johnson, Tristan Hagenstein, Brandon Hoff, and Matthew Carr. Zach Johnson trying to slip underneath of the 121 of Alex Wright. Alex does have the opportunity to use the bottom to his advantage. The low lining and blocking rule just went into effect. He actually just made the pass for the lead a lap ago, and he's trying to hang on to pick up his first career NR 2003 league race win. At the stripe, there will be 4 laps of racing remaining. Behind him are Zach Johnson and Tristan Hagenstein, both teammates with each other. Brandon Hoff moves to the outside. He is going to fall back. Nobody has any help with him. Behind the 027 is the 98 and the 11 of Brandon Searcy and Ian Dowdy. They are both teammates with Alex Wright on Young Motorsports, so it should be pretty interesting to see who is going to go where. If Zach Johnson decides to go to the outside to make the pass for the lead, you see Alex Wright bouncing off the apron a couple times here through the corners. You can tell how hard he really is trying to keep it down onto the bottom of the racetrack. Single file through most of the pack. A couple of the cars going to the outside in the back of the pack, but not anything major to do anything up front. 3 laps of racing remain for the number 121 model railroader Chevrolet Impala of Alex Wright. Everybody falls back in line. Single file riding around the bottom line. Mario Chambers ducking down onto the apron for a quick second. Illegal to pass down there. He doesn't make a move. Falls back up into the appropriate line. Zach Johnson now taking a peek to the outside, trying to look at his options here. Coming to 2 laps to go. Sure, a little bit of strategy is going on between the 77 and the 027. Again, they are teammates on Tough and Mako Racing Incorporated. 2 laps of racing remain. Just over 5 miles before Alex Wright can call himself a winner. He has never won a race before. Trying to hold off Zach Johnson and Tristan Hagenstein. You can see throwing a couple of small blocks. Oh, and Ian Dowdy gets turned down onto the apron. Looks like he's going to save it. Look out as he comes back up the track. Everybody gives him room. No caution. Everybody keeps the car straight. They will get the white flag coming off of turn 4. Through the trial. Oh, and Matthew Carr gets turned. His car is up into the air. Looks like he lands it, and he's going to continue to keep going. Meanwhile, Alex Wright has a half a lap before he pulls his car into victory lane. He is fighting the life out of that race car. There goes Zach Johnson to the top side. Hagenstein doesn't go with him. Searcy gets turned around. Zach Johnson side by side with Tristan Hagenstein. Ian Dowdy all the way to the top, coming off of turn number 4. Nobody around to challenge Alex Wright. Alex Wright stepped into the race car for the very first time just a few short weeks ago. And now he will pull his way into victory lane for the first time in his career. Alex Wright spins across the line, wins his very first NR 2003 league race here at Open Speedway in the B&C Saturday Night Superspeedway Series race. Stepped into the car just a few weeks ago for the first couple of races in his career in the Saturday Night Superspeedway Series, and he picks up his very first NR 2003 league race victory. Second is Tristan Hagenstein. Third is Brandon Hoff. Fourth is Dudley Smith. And fifth is Ian Dowdy. So we actually were going to take a look back at some of these incidents. We didn't really see this throughout the racing, but we are back towards the further back of this pack with Mario Chambers. Looks like he got shot to the outside of the pack by Brandon Hoff and tried to fit down in front of Matthew Carr. Did not have the room and spins around, hits the outside wall pretty hard with the left side and left rear. Surprisingly, this did not bring out a caution either. That was a pretty significant hit. This is with a lap and a half to go, and Mario Chambers trying to lock himself into the A-Class race. Obviously, will not happen with that tough break for Mario. We go to look at some of the other incidents. Taking a look at the next incident we saw, this was coming to the white flag, the 59 of Matthew Carr. We saw him get turned and get up into the air. It's obviously very easy to get up into the air and flip over in one of these cars going 200 miles an hour. Looks like Chris Parnes tries to sneak underneath of him on the inside and just straight up hits him in the left rear corner panel and completely turns him around. The car gets up into the air, does a quick 360, lands back down onto the ground, and it looks like he's going to continue on to drive away and finish that lap. So a very impressive save by Matthew Carr, able to keep the car on all fours and not end up rolling the car over, and able to finish. We look at the backstretch incident with Brandon Searcy. So here, this is with half a lap to go. Brandon Searcy in the number 98 Minute Maid Ford Fusion, sitting in 4th place, trying to secure himself into a spot to the A-Class race. Sitting pretty where he's at, you see Zach move high. Alex goes to block him. Tristan thinks about moving high, but doesn't end up doing it, and it looks like Tristan slides down a little bit, and it looked like it dragged the front end of the 98 car down towards the bottom of the racetrack. The rear end of the car gets into the air a little bit, and then he backs it hard into the outside wall and spins through the infield grass. An extremely tough break for Brandon Searcy, sitting in 4th place with half a lap to go, just trying to lock himself into the A-Class race, which is coming up in about an hour and a half after the conclusion of this race. Couldn't keep the car going straight, and if he did keep the car straight, you saw Matthew Carr in the background. He might have been able to secure his way in, but spins down and makes contact with the inside wall. And we look at it again, coming off of turn number 4. Alex Wright looking at a mirror full of a hungry pack, trying to take his first win away from him. As they head into the trial, we saw him and Tristan get turned sideways. Tristan is getting draft help from Brandon Hoff and Dudley Smith. Zach Johnson got hung out on the outside line and fell all the way to the back of this pack. Through the trial for the final time, Alex Wright has been into the sim community for a couple of months and finally picking up his first win. He's been wanting this extremely bad. You see Tristan tries to go to the top, then fakes him going low. Looks like he got shot loose from Brandon Hoff's bump, and it spun him into the 21. It also looked like the 21 was trying to come down a little bit and throw a last-minute block, just in case there was any room for a chance to get by. Alex spins around, gets into the air, hits the inside wall. Tristan Hagenstein into the inside wall pretty hard. He may have gotten up into the air after crossing the start-finish line, but when it's for your first career victory, I don't think it really matters much to him. And what a better place than Talladega Superspeedway. We've seen so many drivers in the past get their first career wins, both in the real world and the sim world. Alex Wright adding his name onto the list in the sim world. Let's go down trackside, where he has already started his post-race celebration. And there he is, Alex Wright, celebrating his first win. You see some of his other competitors coming out on track to give him a congratulatory wave. Alex Wright using all of the room that this track and apron has in store and burning that car up. What a win for Alex Wright. His first career NASCAR Racing 2003 league race win, and it comes in Open Speedway's Saturday Night Superspeedway B and C Class Series Amp Energy 200 at Talladega Superspeedway. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Alex Wright is your winner for this event here at Talladega Superspeedway. His first career and a 2003 league race win. Congratulations out to Alex Wright. Next week we head to Hogabon. We hope to see you there.